it just reminds me of the great joy that we derive from sports and why we follow sports and report on sports and why we participate in sports and activities of this such. And, to see 20,000 folks in this community rise and celebrate with Damian Lillard, who's adopted this town as his own, a guy from Oakland, California, who was not heavily recruited, went to Weber State, was drafted by the Blazers, and folks said who, and who has just achieved just greatness, I think, not only in the game of basketball, but certainly in just the way he has matured as an individual and the lives that he has touched in this community. I mean, there's just much more to Damian Lillard than that game winner last night. But, boy, just really happy for him because on his professional side, I think he's achieved now some true greatness, and I think he's realized his destiny, which is to lead his team now in the playoffs and get a little bit further.
And before we get to all that, I mean, walk me through your perspective. Were you right at that table where there was that pig pile afterwards? Where were you physically for that? Were you right there?
We were right across from all of that going on, and the guy that sat next to us was Yusuf Nurkic, and that's what people should remember is that their starting five-man, Yusuf Nurkic, of course, is not in this series because he broke his leg about a month ago, and he decided midway through the third quarter that his team needed him. He got dressed at his home in the suburbs, drove in and got there with about 5 minutes left and made a Willis Reed-like appearance on the bench, and it just seemed to ignite the basketball team. They were down 15 points in the fourth quarter, Rich. So Nurkic sat next to us and came over and sat next to us as all that was unfolding. He wanted to stay away from all of that activity, obviously, with a broken leg, but all of that was going on in front of us. It was magnificent. Damian was over there with his family. He was high-fiving the crowd. He was being mobbed by his teammates. It was something to behold.
Yeah, I mean, you would know this because was that his brother who ran out on the court? Was that his what members of his family?
His sister was there. His mom and dad were there. His granddad was there. I mean, the whole family there sitting in front row. I mean, it was as if this was destined to be.
That was his whole family running up. Like he did it in front of generations of Lillards. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. They were all there. They were all there. It was, his agents there after the game, and his whole entourage there. It was fabulous. I just can't think of just a better scenario for he and his family and this community.
And then just one more on the moment here. Kevin Calabro from the Blazers Network at Trailblazers Television, play-by-play announcer here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you're watching this unfold, and it's becoming apparent he's going to take the shot. I mean, it's becoming apparent he's not only going to take the shot, he's not going to drive the basket, he is going to shoot. I mean, what was that like from your perspective as you're real time trying to describe the action there, Kevin?
Well, we know that he's good from the logo. He's logo Lillard. They got that tag earlier this year, and he has already hit Oklahoma City with a 51-point effort back in March when he didn't shoot the three well, but he was something like 18 of 20 from the free throw line. This guy's one of the superior shooters in the league. I mean, he's 10th in the league in scoring. You could make a case that he could be the leading scorer in this league or top three if that's what he wanted to do. But you just knew he was going to take that final shot. It's a tie ball game. You've got an opportunity here. He's already risen up. He's 10 of 18 from 30 feet or better already in the series. We know that. We've seen him through the course of the year make these big shots from long range. He ends up 4 of 6 from 30 feet plus in Game 5. When he let it go, to me, there was no surprise. There was no shock. He had an open shot. And in my opinion, he's a lot like Steph Curry, James Harden in that regard. And you look at the numbers, and they bear that out this year from 28 feet or better. Those three guys are El Supremo. He clears midcourt, clears the timeline. He is within range because he has confidence, strength. And remember, he played 45 minutes in this game, and he scored 34 in the first half. He had to carry him in the first half when McCollum picked up his third foul just 9 minutes into his shift in the first quarter, and he led the Blazers with 45-plus minutes of play. This is a guy that averages close to 35 and a half minutes a ball game in the NBA, played 80 games this year. I mean, that just speaks to the strength of this kid, that he still had something left in the tank. You just pull up and take that shot over one of the toughest defenders in the league, Paul George. It's just
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.